Now, just with the mess. This is why we say that we have to be very careful about what we say about people, how we conduct ourselves, because then you end up with people who work in school districts with children every day, ranting and raving and publicly calling people the N-word because someone did something or said something, or just simply Black people exist, and quite frankly, they want to call us the N-word. Can I say the N-word on there?
Absolutely.
Okay, she called them niggas, not once, but twice in front of her children. So I saw the video on Sean King's Instagram initially, and I was, for lack of a better term, flabbergasted and exasperated by the whole experience. I felt a little shell-shocked myself. So they're in the store in East Haven, Connecticut. Based upon her last name, I assume she's Italian, and her accent alone let me know she's Italian. I don't understand this about Italians for the life of me, some of them. I'm like, y'all so close to North Africa, y'all gotta have a little African in you. You're just, especially Sicilians, I'm just like, I don't get it, cannoli, okay? And my producer was Italian, by the way. So it was a bunch of hate speech, but now she's been fired from her job at school. I think she was a secretary on the school board. We thought she was a school teacher, and she may have been a school teacher at one point because a lot of people in the district eventually transition to other things sometimes. So what is this woman's name? Tyrone. Secretary Corinne Tyrone. Don't you dare talk to me in front of my kids like that, you nigga. That's what she said. And so people called 911. Oh shoot, my feed went dead on Twitter. Oops. Okay, so
put it on like the N-word.
I guess not. So either way, let me see if I can get it back, y'all. But either way, so this woman, she's claiming that that's not what happened. Of course, she's going to say that's not what happened. I didn't do that. They started it. Okay, the finger point. They started it. I didn't do anything. My hands are clean. Girl, your last name is not Trump. It's Tyrone, okay? You need to try that with somebody else, okay? So I don't get it. To deny that you, in your privilege, you flexed it. And it happened at some place called a ShopRite. I don't know what that is. You're shopping down to the ShopRite in East Haven, Connecticut. Never heard of it, but okay. A lot of people ain't heard of Publix, but it's delicious. So the mayor said, what I saw in the video was vile and shocking. While I'm disgusted and disheartened at seeing such a hateful behavior, wildly unacceptable anywhere, I'm thankful for the swift and effective actions taken by our school system to address this head on and make clear that hate and violence will not be tolerated. How do y'all feel about that, though? Like, a lot of things in general that have been going on with work and everything, is there truly a system of due process going on for these people, right? So, now there's evidence right there. Don't you wish our court systems would do that with the police officers from time to time? Like, okay, you out here beating up people and shooting them with their backs turned, or they have no weapon and you clearly can see they have them, yet you're killing them. Wouldn't it be nice if they just fired the people right then and there like they do in these situations? It's too much of this going on. And I just want to say to white people and white people adjacent, because some of y'all have assimilated to a level where y'all think that y'all have a privilege to. I just want to say, y'all should tread lightly on your behavior and the acts that you engage in, because you could lose your job, your livelihood, your business you work so hard for. I mean, we tired of Becky and Karen and Carl and all these people disrupting Black people's ability to exist. By now, you should know that we're not going anywhere. I mean, there's a whole continent of us. Where are we going to go? We run the Caribbean, and I know some people in the Caribbean don't want to admit they Black, but you are, baby. You got melon. You are. Or in South America, we pretty much dominate South America. Look at all them beautiful people down there in Brazil, baby. Look at them. Uruguay. What's up? Ecuador, Chile, But anyways, we have got to roll out, but we will be back with more of Diva Disturbed on BFAM 109.6. Holla at your girl, comment or call in. All right, what's up? We getting sticky up in here. It's a Diva Disturbed. This is your girl, Mississippi the Diva. What's up, Buttercups? We on BFAM 109.6. You know, I love calling my people buttercups and sugar, honey. Anyways, I need for you all to call me and talk to me so we can get some dialogue going. 678-383-4378. So when we left off, we were talking about the racist woman out of Connecticut. And I don't know. And we were talking about the experience of, oh, wait a minute, we got caller, you're on the air.
We have a caller that would like to speak to you about what you're talking about.
All right, well, let's get into it, shall we?
Caller, state your name, please.
Hey, Crystal. I don't know who that is, but I'm saying hi to somebody on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead, state your name, caller.
Kirk.
Kirk.
Hey, Kirk, how are you? Thanks for joining the conversation. What is it that you want to speak to the Diva about tonight?
Anything you want to talk about? I'm looking at the chat. It's only like one person on here, so I thought I'd call in and start something up.
That's okay. We're still in the development phase, but we are going to make this a syndicated, nationalized. I don't know. Something going to happen. Something big is about to happen.
Let's make it interesting. Let's talk about it.
Okay. So the next topic that's coming up is, of course, there have been 2 shootings in the past week. One of them I feel like didn't really get a lot of press, but let's talk about the New Zealand shooting. And this guy who wrote a manifesto, which also implicated that man they say is our president in it because, you know, quiet as it's kept and it's not so quiet because your silence and complicity in it is evident, Potters 45. I just can't say that man's name. But either way, he denies that he supports white nationalism and that type of thing. But one of the things I do like about New Zealand is that since the time of this shooting, they've decided that they're going to reassess their gun laws within 10, and they've decided to do this within 10 days of the mosque shooting in Christchurch, New Zealand. 50 people were killed.
Well,
so what do you think?
I think it's kind of planned. It's been kind of planned and staged that as many shootings as we have in America. I wish there was a way to upload it on Sunday shootings, but there's a timeline of mass shootings in America, and there's tons of shootings in America. And the bad thing is that it's the first time we've had shootings in America this time.
Kirk, where are you? Because we hear a lot of background noise back there.
I'm going to start that. Can you hear that?
Just a little bit. But to my people out there who can't hear, what he's saying is that Kirk feels as though that perhaps this was staged, considering how many mass shootings we've had in America versus those that have occurred in, say, New Zealand or Australia or somewhere like that.
Now, I wouldn't say staged.
Okay.
That implies insensitivity to the people who are shot. And people whose families were shot. I don't want people to think that.
Okay, correction. He doesn't believe it was staged, but it seems strange that it would happen at this time. Okay.
Yes, there's been no revision to gun laws prior to this. There's no sensitivity to all of the many other people who gunned down.
Right. And didn't we had a mosque shooting here in America not too long ago too, where a number of people, no, it wasn't a mosque, it was a synagogue in Ohio. So I mean, it's just unfortunate that in America they feel like we need high-powered weapons where there are countries where the police officers don't even carry guns. It's just that I think because of our foundation, that's why there's so much quote-unquote savagery in this country. Okay, Kurt, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
That's okay. I went outside so you can hear me better. The truth is,
there we go.
It's not necessary. It is not necessary that everybody carry an automatic terror weapon. And it's not because we're hunting for food, because we have a Whole Foods, we have Kroger, we have Bonds, we have Ralph's, we have we got stores everywhere. So we're not hunting for food. Basically, the guns that we have are for, I'm going to say for force. F-O-R-C-E, force.
Okay.
Protection. And I think there's a certain demographic that's afraid that, you know, there's going to be some kind of uprising and they're going to start shooting. We're going to start shooting people. And so they want to take the guns out of the hands of the many and keep their guns in the hands of the few. That's what that's about.
Okay.
To do the mind. Hey, can I say to everybody who lost a loved one in the shooting, I prayed all night for those people, for their loved ones, and for those lost lives.
Right. Praise God.
But that had nothing to do. That turning that in with gun reform is just an attempt to make, it's called a false flag event that makes people say, we need to change the law. And because they change the law, that is not going to stop one person from having an automatic fire weapon and going in and shooting people. That just means that I can't have that gun. That's all.
So I think though, don't you think that because how America is, that would be an American thing, but in other countries, they kind of just are swift and able to effectuate change, like New Zealand. Like, I don't think anything like that has ever happened in New Zealand before, for whatever reason. But do you think that maybe is it a worldwide thing that they're doing, or is it just an isolated incident where a country now, like even probably Australia, who's the next door neighbor, may be able to think about considering changes to their laws as well?
I don't even think that the problem exists in other countries like it does here. Because what you said earlier in the call was you don't seem to have this to be a worldwide thing where everybody's having policy done. We know the question would be not the gun laws, but the gun access. Like, where do the guns come from? Who makes the guns, and how do these people get the guns? That would be the biggest question. Not so much what the gun law is. The law doesn't stop you from getting shot. No law stops you from getting shot.
No, it does not.
No.
Kirk, we just did a look up here. The massacre that just happened in New Zealand that killed the 50 people on March 15th. The last massacre in New Zealand was February 8th of 1997, and it killed 5 people.
Wow.
Correct.
But in America, it's like,
in America, that's called a drive-by.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, and
22 years.
And it's unfortunate, but the thing is that I just feel like because of how America was created, it was created by force. There were people already here that they forced out. It's just a very savage nation, and so many rights and flexibilities have been given until people have lost their sense of, okay, do I really need, an automatic weapon to like defend my home? No, you won't. Honestly, they don't make them legal, but I mean, a lot of places they aren't legal. I don't even know if they are legal, but if you got a sawed-off shotgun, one shot to take care of one person right there, boom, boom, you good. But people don't know that.
We got a gun.
Get you a
As
desert.
long as everybody has a gun in their home, that would be more like what I thought. The gun laws for right to bear arms is one of the first, original, and still standing laws that they're trying to get rid of because they just don't want people to protect themselves. It has nothing. These laws only affect the person who wasn't at the shooting. These laws, these are people not having guns. That bothers me that you tell me I can't have a gun to protect myself. Now, question, how many guns do I own? And how often do I use them? They don't answer.
Exactly.
That's irrelevant. The question is, what are you going to do about people who shoot people? Not about having guns legally. To me, that is the problem I have with public debate when the wrong argument is fought. I wouldn't be on a platform talking to a politician about gun laws when obviously gun laws are not the reason this happened.
Well, it's also because no one wants to take away people's rights because of the Constitution, which at the time, like I think it was comedian Dion Cole or somebody said, I can't remember who it was, maybe it was D.L. Hughley, but they pointed out back in the day the founding fathers had musket guns. Like we didn't have these high-powered weapons. That's what they meant with the right to bear arms. You got a bayonet. You could have it could be anything, but for you to have a high-powered weapon to defend your homestead, which is really what it's supposed to be for, Yeah, it's a problem, but other countries, it's unfortunate, but particularly in Europe, you'll notice that there's really not mass shootings, but mass bombing. And real quick, before we go out on break, Kirk, and I want you to hold the line, I want to also point out, because I didn't even know about this until it came up in my Twitter news feed, that there had been a shooting in, what is that, Utrecht tram shooting, suspect arrested after at least 3 killed. So a man boarded, what is this in Dutch? Where is it? Why can't my, is it Denmark? Is that where Dutch is? Either way, what happened is that 3 people lost their lives on the tram, probably just trying to get to work or coming from work. And that right there is disturbing in and of itself. This man, his name was Tanis. He was born in Turkey and they found him through security cam footage on board the tram, and I think it was 10:41 in the morning is what they said. So yeah, he shot 3 people dead. But anyways, we've got to go to break, Kirk. So but hold the line, and we'll continue this conversation about, is it gun laws, or is it we all need to ask questions about, why do I even need all these guns? I've been Miss Sophia the Diva, and we'll be back, all right, on BFAM 109.6.
Don't go nowhere, Kirk.
I'm not going anywhere.
All right, Kurt, we're gonna let you talk. We're gonna let you talk to Diva during the break.
Wait a minute, y'all. Let me give this comment. A Missouri representative introduced a bill that will require those able to legally own a gun have an AR-15 and receive tax credit for said weapons. Others will be required to own a handgun.
You know that there's a. It's in.
Oh, that's my Soror. Hey, Soror. Thanks for joining.
Right here, I don't know if you know the city, but the city is called Kennesaw. The crime rate in Kennesaw is less than 3%. And the reason why is this. Every homeowner, if you go to buy a home in Kennesaw, the police department visits you. You have a felony, you can't live there. Because every homeowner owns a gun, straight up. It's a city, it's a city-like bylaw.
It's not on the books, but it's an unwritten rule.
It's an unwritten rule. In other words, if you're a crook, I mean, Kennesaw's got it going on. Think about this. If you're a small little town, let's tell everybody that we let all of our homeowners, we encourage them to have guns. The police department, when I moved here 25 years ago, I went to Kennesaw first. And they actually offered me a loaner gun until my guns came down from North Carolina.
Say what now?
Because I can carry a gun. They're saying your gun's not here. Well, you own a house, you need to have a gun. It's encouraged.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and out here, where I live, people own guns. The reason people own guns is because they live in the hills. They live on the side of the mountain. They live, if you live in Hollywood Hills or in the valley, depending on where you live in the valley. Now, if you live down in the valley, you may not have as many guns down there, but pretty much everybody has guns. Okay? Because one of my friends lives one of those beautiful homes you can see from the freeway. You see it in the dark. The thing about the show, the thing about the guns, people walk up on their property. They have to have guns. People will rob them. People will try to rob them because they're sitting guns. They're so far away from, if they call the police, it takes the police so long to get to them.
And that's what I never understood about living in LA. That's a scary place to be. I always said I'd probably just stay down in Long Beach or wherever if I should ever return back to LA or Orange County.
You never got to see where I actually stay, but in the area I stay, it's not.
Where do you stay out there by Six Flags, don't you? What is that, Santa Clarita? Yeah, that's too far. And plus, they have gang issues over there too.
Gang issues in Santa Clarita.
I haven't seen. Let me tell you what I've seen since I've been here for 2 years. Nothing. And I get all of the reports from the police on my phone. So I get every arrest. Every time there's an arrest or something going on, I get it on my phone. I get a text message and an email. Right? They have petty crimes. There's no violent crime. There's not like murders all the time. There was one murder since I lived here.
Wow.
So
you're so lucky because in Long Beach, is this type of shit?
You know about California. You already.
I was a 12-year resident of California. So, but I lived in what they call a pocket. So I lived in what they call Belmont Heights for the longest in Long Beach. And then I lived in Bixby Knolls. So there were neighborhoods surrounding me that had crime. Like where I worked, there was always crime. I worked in downtown Long Beach. My friend told me, come on back. I'm not going back to LA unless I'm clocking $1 million or more per year, because the taxes alone would eradicate my money.
That's what you need.
All right. But anyway, if you would like to help keep this program going, Kirk, you can always donate to the cause.
It's that time.